Hey everyone! Welcome sa channel ko. Ako pala si Janos na pala Techdad. Today, pag-usapan natin ang global launch ng Redmi Note 11 series na bukas na po mangyayari, January 26, 8 p.m. Ilalagay ko po sa description box yung link para mapanood nyo yung launch event. But anyway, finally, after several months na ang dami nyo nag-PPM, ang dami nyo nagtatanong tungkol sa phone na to, ilo-launch talaga siya globally. And sasabihin ko sa inyo lahat ng detalye na alam ko so far based on rumors and based on some small insider info. So panoorin niyo yung buo yung video after this intro. Alright, so kung hindi pa kayo nakafollow sa Facebook page ko, actually pinost ko na doon kung kailan talaga yung launch ng global version ng Redmi Note 11 series. So, kung di pa kayo nakafollow, well, I would highly recommend na i-follow nyo na yung Facebook page ko para mas updated kayo kasi marami rin akong pinopost doon na wala dito sa YouTube. But anyway, that's beside the point. Pag-usapan na natin yung Redmi Note 11 Pro series na global version. So, maraming rumors nagsasabi na ang chipset na gagamitin para sa Redmi Note 11 Pro na global version is different from the chipset sa China version. And there was high hopes na baka naman Snapdragon 778G ang gagamitin nila, which is the equivalent of the MediaTek Dimensity 920 sa China version. Alright, so simulan natin to sa medyo bad news or medyo bad rumor per se. So hindi ko kino-confirm ha, bukas nyo na lang i-confirm pag nangyari in totoo nga. So based on the leaks na nakita ko, most likely, iba yung chipset na gagamitin sa global version ng Redmi Note 11 Pro series. Instead of using the MediaTek Dimensity 920 na makikita natin sa China ROM, ang rumored is gagamit siya ng Snapdragon na chipset. And there were high hopes na sana ang gamiting chipset is the Snapdragon 778G. Kasi kung hindi nyo pa natatry ang isang phone na may Snapdragon 778G, sobrang may impress kayo sa performance kasi halos flagship level from a few years ago. So that means mas matagal yung magagamit yung phone nyo kasi sobrang lakas talaga ng Snapdragon 778G as compared to its predecessors, the Snapdragon 720G or maybe the Snapdragon 732G. But here's the thing, ang actual or maybe actual, hindi ko pa sure hindi pa natin kino-confirm, ang chipset na gagamitin daw is Snapdragon 695. Now, bago kayo madismaya, sasabihin ko lang sa inyo, malakas ang Snapdragon 695, okay? Hindi siya mahinang chipset. Definitely, mas malakas siya kaysa Snapdragon 720G, Snapdragon 732G. Ang problema, hindi siya kasing lakas na Snapdragon 778G. So bakit nga ba ito disappointing? Well, first off, yung benchmarks kasi ng Snapdragon 695 so far is umaabot lang under 400,000. This is just based on the benchmark so far, okay? So hindi pa natin talaga hinuhusgahan yung Snapdragon 695. Malay mo, baka naman pala mas malakas pag nilagay na nila sa Xiaomi or Redmi phones. Now, in comparison naman to the MediaTek Dimensity 920 on the China ROM or China version ng Redmi Note 11 Pro, umaabot ito ng 450,000 Antutu benchmark points or very close sa benchmark ng Snapdragon 778G. Kaya naman, nung nagko-compare tayo kung ano nga ba yung equivalent ng MediaTek Dimensity 920, mas malapit to sa Snapdragon 778G. So, nandun yung mga rumors or hopes na kung pinalitan man nila ng Snapdragon, sana yung equivalent yung Snapdragon 778G, which is umaabot naman ng 450,000 Antutu benchmark points up to 520,000 Antutu benchmark points. Ano naman yung kinalaman ng benchmarks dito? Ano ba talaga yung benchmarks na yan? Ano ba yung Antutu na yan? Most likely, ano lang naman yan, mga theoretical numbers. And yes, that's correct. Hindi naman yan yung real-world performance, pero we can base the overall real-world power or processing power ng isang chipset based on the benchmarks. Overall, guys, mararamdaman nyo ba yung difference na yon, yung 100,000 or 50,000 Antutu benchmark points difference? Most likely hindi. Unless sagad na sagad yung graphics, unless sagad na sagad yung performance ng chipset sa isang app na ginagamit mo, hindi mo naman talaga makikita yon. So, although iba yung chipset na ginamit, I don't think there's a real concern in terms of performance. magiging malakas pa rin yung performance ng Redmi Note 11 Pro global version. Regardless na 695 ang ginamit, Snapdragon 695, instead of the MediaTek Dimensity 920. Para naman sa akin, I will hold off my judgment until I get to test it personally. Gusto ko makita talaga kung ano yung performance ng Redmi Note 11 Pro. And here's the thing guys, hindi pa po agad-agad magiging available tong Redmi Note 11 Pro dito sa atin. Once i-launch nila bukas, hindi po yan available the next day. Na January 27, makakabili na kayo agad. No, there's still time for us dito sa Philippines because ang estimated na malalaunch ito sa Philippines, available sa physical stores or online stores is February. Around February, makikita nyo na yan, magiging available na for pre-order. And of course, ililink ko yan sa description box pag naging available na. Abangan nyo sa Facebook page ko kasi ililink ko din agad doon yung pre-order links pag available na. Alright, so yun lang naman I think yung major disappointment natin when it comes to the global version ng Redmi Note 11 Pro. I don't think there's any difference na between the China version and the global version. Meron pa rin tayong 108 megapixels na camera na gamit is Samsung ISOCELL HM2. Meron pa rin 67 watts of fast charging, AMOLED 120Hz pa rin yung display. So very good specs pa rin overall. And then there's also a rumor na merong 4G variant, which I hope isn't true kasi wala naman sense na naka-Pro ka na pero 4G pa rin. I mean, last year, yes, Redmi Note 10 Pro, merong 5G and non-5G, but hopefully isahin na lang nila, wag na lang nila tayong lituhin with an extra variant. Dapat 5G na lahat ng Pro version ng phones. Alright, as to the pricing naman guys, I don't think there's gonna be much of a difference ng pricing from last year to this year. Maybe just a few hundred pesos na difference, but overall, I expect na nasa 15,000 below yung presyo ng mga Redmi Note 11 series natin. And hopefully maging affordable nga dito sa Philippines, and definitely abangan nyo yung pre-order because usually meron tayong pre-order price off or early bird price. So mas maganda yon if ever nag-abang kayo ng Redmi Note 11 series. And again, follow my Facebook page kasi ilalagay ko agad doon yung link kasi ubusan yan for sure kahit na sinabi natin na Snapdragon 695 yung global version. But anyway, hanggang dito lang po muna yung video natin. Very short and direct to the point. I hope you enjoyed this and may natutunan kayo. Pero kung gusto nyo pang manood ng mga videos ko, meron po akong video about sa tips kung paano bumili ng phones. Nandyan yan. And then meron din akong battery tips para sa inyo for 2022. Nandyan yan. So hanggang sa susunod, ang nga pala ulit si Janus ng Pinoy Techdad. Kita-kita ulit tayo.